What's up guys, welcome back to another video. The Secrets of the Jungle event is starting around the world. Let's go through all the event details and then some tips for the event. Timestamps below as always, let's get right into it. So the Secrets of the Jungle event is going to be happening Friday, October 1st, 10 a.m. to Sunday, October 10th, 8 p.m. all local time. So wherever you live, that's going to be the time. We're going to have some special wild spawns including Caterpie, Pikachu, Oddish, Diglett, Hoot, Larvitar, Combi, Drillbur, Cottony, and Dwebble. Caterpie, Pikachu, Oddish, Diglett, Larvitar, and Dwebble all can be shiny in the wild. We're going to have some special 1-star raids of Pikachu, Larvitar, Roggenrola, Fungus, and Rufflet. All of them can be shiny except for Fungus. Some 3-star raids of Lickitung, Chansey, Pinsir, Ludicolo, and Flygon. Lickitung, Chansey, and Pinsir all can be shiny. We're gonna have Genesect holding a Douse drive, which just means Genesect will know Techno Blast Water. In 5-star raids, it will not have a shiny. Mega Gengar will be in Mega raids, in which that one can be shiny. We're also gonna have the introduction of Zarude during this event. So this is the first time you can catch the rogue monkey Pokemon Zarude in Pokemon Go. So to capture Zarude, you just wanna log into the game between October 1st, 10 a.m. and October 10th, 8 p.m. and you're gonna get this special research. It's on screen right now. It's called the Search for Zarude. Once you get this special research, you have unlimited time to complete it, but go ahead, complete all the tasks on screen, and on the last page, you will encounter Zarude. All the tasks are pretty easy, but if you have any questions about any of them, please comment them below. Also on the topic of research, we're gonna have some exclusive field research tasks that you can get at Pokestops. Those tasks include catch 10 different species of Pokemon for a Rufflet encounter, so that's very good. You don't actually have to spend any money to get Rufflet encounters. Hatch 2 eggs for an Audino encounter, so you do actually have to do a lot of walking if you want to get those Audino. Take a snapshot of your buddy for 2 pineapple berries or 4 raspberries. Use 5 berries to help catch Pokemon for an Execute or a Dwebble encounter. And there's one here that says defeat 5 Team Rocket Go Grunts, but I don't believe Australia has given us the information for that task, so I'm going to leave that in the pinned comments below what the encounter for that task is. And if there are any other field research tasks that I actually end up missing or end up getting added, check the pinned comments below. They'll be in that comment. There's also going to be exclusive avatar items in the shop, which you can get the Adventurer's Hat and the Whalmer Water Ball. You can see those on screen right now. And there will be exclusive stickers during the event. Check them out on screen, which you can get in gifts or from Pokestops. Also, we're gonna have the return of Jessie and James and the Meowth balloon during the event. And this will be happening until October 15th, 10 a.m. local time. So to get Jessie and James' Meowth balloon, you can log into the game at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. or 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. and there's a chance that a Meowth balloon is appearing above you. You get the Meowth balloon, you get to battle Jessie and then James back to back, and you get 2 chances at a shiny shadow Pokemon. Now at the time of making this video, I actually don't know what the team of Jessie and James are. Last year, you were able to get Shiny Shadow Scyther and Shiny Shadow Pinsir. I don't know if they're going to return. I'm going to leave the info in the pinned comments. So once I do end up finding out what Jessie and James's teams are, check the pinned comments. I'll have their full teams there and what their Shiny Shadow Pokemon can be. Also, I am going to be making a video tomorrow about the counters to Jessie and James. So if you just want to wait for that, stay tuned for that. And I will also announce in that video what their Shiny Shadows are. Finally, I just want to mention that if you do take a snapshot during this event, you will get photobombed once a day by Jessie and James, in which I believe you will get a Meowth or a Wobbuffet or both an encounter. So if you're looking for Wobbuffets, Meowths, or you just want to get more snapshots, then go ahead and take a snapshot during the event to get photobombed. Those are all the event details for the event. Let's get into the tips for the event, starting with what are the best wild spawns to catch, and there's actually a lot of them. First of all, if you do not have your Pikachu fan medal, which requires you to catch 1,000 Pikachus, those Explorer Pikachus are going to be in the wild, so you're going to want to go ahead and catch them. You can even get a friend to catch them, and you guys can mirror trade those Pikachus at that, as that will add 1 value to your Pikachu medal. We also have a Larvitar in the wild. Now, Larvitar evolves into Tyranitar. Tyranitar is a decent rock and dark type raid attacker, and especially in its shadow form, and it does have a mega in the future. So catching Larvitars is never a bad idea because you'll get candy, XL candy, and possible good IVs for the mega Tyranitar in the future. There's also going to be Drillbur spawning in the wild. Drillbur evolves into Excadrill. Now, Excadrill is a good ground type raid attacker, so a very good Pokemon for that. But Excadrill is also good in the Ultra League and the Master League specifically. Excadrill is an amazing Pokemon to counter Pokemon like Dialga in the Master League. So if you don't have a Master League Excadrill, get one, and you can even run Excadrill in the Ultra and the Great. We also have Cottony spawning in the wild. Now, Cottony, you can evolve into Whimsicott and you can run it as a Charmer in the Great League. But Cottony is actually best in Cottony form in the Little Jungle Cup or any Little Cup meta. Cottony is absolutely destructive. So if you don't have a Cottony for the Little Cup, get yourself one during the event. We also have Dwebble evolving into Crustle. Crustle is decent for some special Great League and Ultra League cups. And then also Dwebble actually can disguise itself as Ditto. So if you are hunting shiny Ditto in the wild, and catching those Dwebbles is amazing because one of them could actually be a Ditto and you could get a shiny Ditto. Now there's actually a secret Pokemon in this group of spawns that can actually get you a lot of Stardust during this event. Now Combi is actually going to be spawning in the wild, and if you don't know, when you catch a Combi, it actually gets you 750 base Stardust. You get 938 if it's rainy or windy weather. If you have a star piece, you get 1,125, and if it's rainy or windy weather and you have a star piece, you get 1,406. So those Combi zombies, if you see them in the wild, you're gonna wanna catch them as you can stack up a lot of Stardust very easily since they do give you bonus Stardust. On the topic of Stardust, I wanna transfer into the field research task and an amazing tip: get so much Stardust in the month of October. Now the hatch 2 eggs task will get you an odd no, and it's unfortunate that we actually need to go ahead and either spend money or walk a minimum of 4 kilometers to complete one of these tasks. What I recommend doing is trying to find yourself 3 of the tasks that get you hatch 2 eggs. You're going to go ahead, hatch 2 eggs, and you're going to get 3 auto-no encounters. Now don't actually catch those auto-nos, click the run button and it'll throw them in your stack task. Your stack task is just a long list of Pokemon that you can re-encounter at a later date. Now Duskull Community Day is on October 9th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you're going to want to stack up as many auto-nos as you can. And during Duskull Community Day, you're getting 3 times catch Stardust. Now I didn't mention, but auto-no gets you base 2100 Stardust per catch. So if we're going to go ahead and we're going to catch auto-nos on 3 times catch Stardust, and then we're going to use a star piece, we're going to be getting 9,450 Stardust per auto-no we catch on Duskull Community Day. So get those hatch 2 eggs tasks, stack up those auto-nos as much as you can, save them for Duskull Community Day, catch them then, and you can get an insane amount of Stardust. Don't sleep on this tip. Now auto-no is from research, and on the topic of research, I quickly want to brush over if Zarude, the new Pokemon coming during this event, is going to be any good. Check it out right now. Zarude is a dark and grass type Pokemon. It has a base stamina of 233, base attack of 242, and base defense of 215 with a max CP at level 50 of 4,334. For fast moves, it can learn Vine Whip and Bite, and for charge moves, it can learn Power Whip, Energy Ball, and Dark Pulse. As far as raids go, Zarude is actually going to be a decent grass type raid attacker. Ranked number 8 in terms of DPS, ranked number 2 in terms of TDO, and ranked number 2 in terms of DPS times TDO, which is just an overall stat of how good it's at raids. Zarude is definitely a grass type raid attacker you're going to want to get. It's not as good as a dark type raid attacker. How about for PvP? Zarude's capture CP is going to be too high for the Great League, but what about for the Ultra League and the Master League? In the Ultra League, Zarude is not your go-to. For grass and dark type Pokemon, Shiftry is going to be a better option for the Ultra League, as it just has better moves and better coverage. But what about for the Master League? Zarude is actually going to be very good for the Master League. Being able to defeat Pokemon like Giratina, Kyogre, Excadrill, Groudon, and a lot of top meta Master League Pokemon, Zarude will have some play up there. You do have to watch out for some fighters like Machamp and some charmers like Togekiss, but Zarude should fit into any slot. So yeah, Zarude seems like it's going to be an amazing grass type raid attacker and a great Master League Pokemon. Now I just want to shout out my man Swag Tips, who made a great video deep diving into Zarude. I'm going to leave it below if you want to check it out. And then also FLW made another good video on deep diving Zarude, so I'll leave a link below to those if you want to check out more about Zarude and how can you play it and all of that. But Zarude is good, so definitely get yourself one. Now let's talk about raids. So we have a decent roster of raids. Let's talk about which ones are the best. As far as the 1-star raids, ones to go after, first of all, Larvitar, but Larvitar will be spawning in the wild, but it is a good Pokemon like we mentioned. We also have Rufflet, which is a rare shiny Pokemon. A lot of people want that shiny Rufflet, so you can get it through the field research task like we mentioned, or by raiding. And then we also have Fungus. Fungus actually gets you 500 Stardust per catch. Now I don't think it's worth going ahead and using a raid pass to go ahead and grind out Funguses for Stardust, but I'm just saying if it's the only raid you have, Fungus is not a terrible one to do. In terms of 3-star raids, we have first of all, Lickitung actually with XL Candies is an amazing Pokemon for the Great League. So you can go ahead, catch a bunch of Lickitungs, get those XL Candies, and you can even trade them with a distance Pokemon to get XL Candies. We also have Chansey. Chansey right now is an amazing Pokemon for the Little Jungle Cup, and Chansey is actually decent in some special cups, but also Chansey is an amazing gym defender. If you need one, then go ahead and take it down, but Chansey is a difficult raid boss. And finally, we have Pinsir as well, which Pinsir does have a Mega in the future, so you can go ahead and prep through the 3-star raids. We also have Mega Gengar in Mega raids, so you can go ahead and raid that if you need that initial Mega Energy to Mega Evolve it. And then finally, we have Genesect holding a Douse Drive in 5-star raids. Now, I've had this question a billion times, but is Genesect with a Douse Drive gonna be any good? Is it worth getting? Check it out right. As far as raids go, Genesect has no use. Bug is not a good type for raids, and the Steel type raid attackers are always better to use Metagross. But what about for PvP? Genesect will be too high for the Great League, however, you can run one in the Ultra League and the Master League. Now, although Douse Drive does give Genesect coverage against fire type Pokemon, the issue is Genesect is so weak to fire that it could just be fast moved down by an Incinerate Talonflame, for example, before it even gets to a Technoblast Water. All in all, I'd say you can run Genesect with a Douse Drive in the Ultra League, but it's not going to be the best choice, and there's a lot of better options. Grab yourself one for the Pokedex, and maybe grab yourself one for the Ultra League and Master League if you want to try it out, guys. So yeah, Genesect seems like it'll be decent in the Ultra League. You can run it, but not the most meta Pokemon. Definitely would grab yourself one or two just for the Pokedex, and so you have one for those leagues, but I wouldn't really grind out Genesect. It's not an amazing Pokemon. Also, on the topic of Genesect, just for anyone who's curious what counters you can actually use on Genesect, I'm going to play a video right now talking about the best counters for Genesect. Genesect will not have a shiny this time around. It's 100% IVCP will be 1960 non-weather boosted and 2395 weather boosted. Genesect is a bug and steel type, meaning its only weakness is fire, but it is double weak to fire, so fires are going to be doing a lot of damage. Let's go through some counters. As far as Mega go, Mega Charizard Y is going to be the best countered, followed by Mega Charizard X, followed by Mega Houndoom. Mega Charizard Y is by far the best choice. As far as Shadows go, Shadow Moltres in the number 2 slot, Shadow Entei in the number 3 slot, Shadow Charizard in the number 5 slot, Shadow Arcanine in the number 9 slot, Shadow Magmortar in the number 10, and Shadow Ho in the number 11 slot. As far as regular counters go, Reshiram in the number 7 slot, Chandelure in the number 8 slot, Darmanitan in the number 12 slot, Blaziken in the number 13, Heatran in the number 14 slot, and Moltres in the number 15 slot. As long as you're using a fire type, you should be doing well. Genesect can actually be soloed if you use a level 50 Mega Charizard Y and keep re-lobbying with it. It's one of the only raid bosses that can actually be soloed if you have the best topsoil counter. But if you want to be safe, I think 3 trainers, if you're all using fire types, you should have no problem taking down Genesect, as it's a pretty squishy Pokemon. So yeah, use fire on Genesect, you'll have no problem. It's actually one of the only raid bosses that can be soloed, and I do have a video coming out shortly on how to solo Genesect, so stay tuned for that if you want to attempt the Genesect solo. With that being said, guys, that's pretty much all I have for the video. If any other information does come to light, I will leave it in the pinned comments below, so go check that out. But I'd love for you guys to comment below if I have any tips that I missed for the event so you can help out your other fellow trainers. We're gonna see you guys in the next one. Good luck with the event. Follow for more tips. Peace.